Hey everyone, this is Josh from before, and I'm here with McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Lex Luthor and his power suit armor from DC New 52. And man, he just looks really cool in here. He's got a really fun design and really fun colors. It makes me think like, hey man, Todd, you ought to maybe start crediting the artists and technicians that bring this stuff to life. You got plenty of room back here. You could put a little billing block, and hey, while you do that, you know, listing everybody here on this masthead, you get to put your name on it one more time too. And if you have to put, if a couple suits at WB have to get their name on it too, whatever, but start giving the credit where it's due. I mean, we all know that this multiverse line is streets ahead of this dinky crap that is at the same or price point or even more expensive now. So you've outclassed the competition in every regard. Start acting like it and do the classy thing and credit the people that are bringing this stuff to life. So let's get Lex Luthor out of here. All right, this guy looks awesome and feels really fun. I do hope we at some point get a like plain clothes Lex Luthor, you know. Always love figures in their civilian clothes, but this is really cool. It's a pretty classic look for Lex Luthor too. So this whole chest piece has been done with this softer material, the same that similar to what they use like for the capes and for the pelvis pieces. And I gotta say, I feel like it, without having any paint on it, it just doesn't hold as much detail or look as like clean and sharp as these surfaces that are painted and are the more rigid plastic. And it makes some of these areas, like the armor on his arms and his legs and his knees, it doesn't quite hold up to this level of quality, and it makes it look a little bit cheaper than it feels, unfortunately. But I appreciate the little details and the places where they did choose to use paint. Those look good. Fun sculpt here in the back as well. The head sculpt's really fantastic, and the paint on it is great as well. He's looking off to the side, which I don't mind. But he's looking off in a fairly extreme angle. Like, you got to get him way over here to start to feel like he's looking at you, and even that, I mean, that's just so far. Compare that to Superboy Prime, that has a slightly less extreme off to the side look. You got to get him pretty far turned to feel like he's actually looking at you. So fitting in with some of the Rebirth and New 52 style figures, he's rendered in this more simplistic sort of style, as opposed to like the heavy textures of this Lobo. But he's got a lot of little details here that sort of, he can kind of bridge the gap between these more streamlined, sleek, smoother figures and the ones that have the more textured details. Let's see what kind of movement we can get out of him. Lots of range in the head, which is very nice. I mean, he can turn his head up, but his eyes are still off to the side, so. Great range there. Lots of range here. These give a little bit when you push up against him. The butterfly in there gives him a bit of subtle body language movement. Really great range on the elbows. Pretty decent cuts. Not terrible. Not a bad elbow at all. Ball joints tucked under there really well. They're getting a lot better about having the ball joint tucked back behind something and still maintaining the range. So it Cleans up the look of those ball joints a bit. You could rotate that around maybe so that that side's not the show side. Yeah, get that side without the pin on it. That looks a little more clean in there. A little bit of forward movement there. Is it, or is he? No, I don't think he is. Not really, no. But great rotation. Great easy rotation in the waist and the abs. Not a lot of lean to either side, but there's a little bit there, enough to have a little bit of fun with. But man, the pelvis really shines as far as having that free range of movement. Rotation from the hips there. Really nice. Man, this thing is, they're getting better and better with these pelvises fitting snug and having the freedom to do. Look at that, that's great. Just easy as can be. Love these RoboCop looking legs, they're pretty rad. I appreciate how they've tried to make the telltale pins look like they're part of the actual design of his suit. That's a really nice touch. It works really well. And I mean, really, look at this thing. When you look at it from back here, maybe there's a couple telltale cuts here and there, but man, most of this thing just looks really clean. Just perfectly hidden articulation. These ankle ball joints have been getting significant improvements lately with the past couple waves. This is good stuff. It came with 2 alternate hands, a left fist and a right sort of gesture-y hand, which is much appreciated. It's a nice touch because, I mean, you look at this thing and it really looks like a nice, clean work of art, except for these just C-grip action figure hands. They throw off the look, and especially given that he has no accessories. So let's get these new ones on here. Hands just pop off easily and have a little peg on the ball joint. There we go, much more appropriate supervillain hands there. Here he is with a couple of very good friends. Definitely fits in really well with these guys, which is important, obviously, because some other figures here that fit in really well with the art style here. Starting to get a fairly classic DC family put together. And here he is with some slightly bigger guys, including the manager of the Rainforest Cafe here. Still fits in even with the more detailed figures, I think. I think that they play fairly well together. All right, guys, that's Lex Luthor. Definitely nice to finally have a Lex Luthor figure. I do hope we get businessman Lex Luthor at some point in the future, but for now, this is great. This feels like Superman finally has somebody to square off with. This is great. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.